Now contact force. So as we have observed, when the two bodies are in contact, a contact force develops. So now these are the two surfaces, or when the two surfaces are in contact, so contact force develops between those two surfaces, and that contact force is your action and reaction. So on the upper body, contact force may be in this direction, and in the lower body, contact force will be in the opposite direction. So we can write first point here, when two surfaces are in contact, then there is a force between the two surfaces called contact force, And second point here, the magnitude and direction of contact force, direction of contact force depends on contacting surface, or depends on properties of contacting surface, and external force acting on the body, and external force acting on bodies. Third point we can say, contact force, your action reaction force. Contact force is action reaction force. Contact force is action reaction force. Action reaction force means the force on one body and another body is equal and opposite direction. The force between the two bodies are equal and opposite. So this is the main point regarding the contact force. Now we can have, there is two component of contact force. Let contact force is making an angle theta with the horizontal. So we can have, there are two component of contact force. One component of contact force normal to the surface, another component of contact force along the surface. Similarly, if we are looking here, so then also we can have one force along the surface, another your normal to surface. The fourth point we can say, contact force have two component. Contact force have two component. One is along the surface. One component is along the surface, and another is normal to surface. Another is your normal to surface. The component which is along the surface, normally we are representing with F, and component which is normal to surface, normally we are representing with N. So we can represent the component of force, the component of contact force, normal to surface is called normal contact force, and that we are representing most of the time with the capital letter N. And the component of force or component of contact force along the surface is known as friction force, and this we are representing with a small f like this. So this is the actual meaning of the friction force. The friction force is nothing, it is a part of contact force. Whenever two bodies, so we can summarize like that, whenever two bodies are in contact, and because of the contact the molecule of the body come very, very close to each other, and that molecule when interact, so due to interaction of these molecule, electromagnetic force develop between the molecule, and that electromagnetic force generate a force of contact which we are representing with Fc. So as the contact force can make certain angle with the surface, it may have two components. One component of contact force here normal to surface, that is called as a normal contact force, and another component of contact force is along the surface, and that component of contact force is called your friction force. So finally we can say whenever two bodies are in contact, so rather considering contact force, we can use the normal and friction force. So finally we can say when two bodies are in contact, due to contact, the force between the bodies may be your normal force and friction force. We can say when two bodies are in contact, due to contact, there may be normal contact force between the body, there may be normal contact force between the body, and there may be friction force between the body. There may be friction force between the bodies. So important term is here, when two bodies are in contact, so due to contact there may term is very, very important. It is not necessary all the time when the two bodies are in contact their normal contact force may be there. Sometime it may be there, sometime it may not be there, depending on the other conditions. As I told you, contact force depends on the your nature of these two contacting surface, as well as that depends on the external forces. So until unless those forces and the nature of the contacting surface has not been defined, we cannot say there may be always normal force or not, or there may be always friction force or not. The friction force is also may be, and normal force also may be, depending on the other condition. So now we will discuss main point here, the friction force. So what type of friction force we are having and how it generate, that we will discuss